Good afternoon. Welcome on into this episode of Day One. Let's head to court with Law Talk with Mike.
All right, awesome. Mr. Anderson, state your full name for me.
Mr. Anderson is a vibe. I she's trying to help him and he's like, whatever.
I can't hear you.
Billy Frank Anderson Jr.
All right, good morning, Mr. Anderson. How are you this morning?
Oh, pretty good.
You're pretty good? Well, listen, Mr. Anderson, I heard some good things about you. I heard that you are 45 days sober. Is that correct?
Yes.
Maybe a little bit more?
Only that.
According to our records, you're a little bit more. How many days sober are you?
Ever since I got the ticket.
Oh, no, not since you got the ticket, sir. You've had positive screens since you've been with me. But
No alcohol.
here's my point, that you're not drinking, and that's true. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you are making all of your appointments. Is that correct?
Yes.
I am very, very proud.
May I have your attention? May I have your attention, please? This is security. This is a false alarm. I repeat, this is a false alarm.
Okay.
All right. Y'all hang tight. All right. So, Mr. Anderson, I am very proud.
So the judge is trying to be like the biggest cheerleader of all time, and he looks like he's in a hostage situation.
Proud of you because I know that there's a lot of stuff that you have to do and places you have to be to work this program, but you are doing it. And for that, I want everybody in the courtroom to join me in giving Billy Anderson Sr. a judicial applause. Very good, Mr. Anderson. You are doing a wonderful job. You almost smiling, Mr. Anderson. You almost smiling. I saw you. You almost smiled. Almost. All right, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Listen, you are doing a great job, Mr. Anderson. How are you feeling about everything?
I'm feeling good.
You feeling good about it?
Yes.
All right. And so when you go to your sessions, are you being open and honest with your provider so that they can give you the help that you need?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Very good. Have you noticed anything different about yourself?
More money I'm gonna save it.
I can't hear you.
So I'm gonna save my drinking money.
You've been saving, one more
The
time,
money I spent on drinking, I paid my tether.
the money you don't spend on drinking, you can use it for something else, right?
Tether I have on.
Is he saying the alcohol tether?
For the tether, he's using it for the tether.
Yeah, Judge, I can use it for the tether that you imposed on me.
All right. So can y'all put it all together and tell me what he said? I couldn't hear.
So he said, Your Honor, he said that he's saving his money that he used to use for drinking, and it's helping to pay for his tether.
I got it. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right, Mr. Anderson. And so I want you to continue to work your program. Continue to work it. You deserve it. You owe that to yourself. And most importantly, you're worth it. So do I have your commitment to continue to work the program?
Yes.
All right. Awesome. All right, Mr. Yancey. Tell me is Mr. Anderson in compliance?
Yes, Your Honor, he's in compliance. He's in the first phase. Like I said, he's since he's been with me, he's had all good screenings, no missed screenings, nothing positive. He's already set up with his treatment sessions. So, and we've had weekly contact. So he is still in compliance, Your Honor.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm very proud of you. I am extremely proud of you. All right. Mr. Anderson, do you have any questions for the team?
When I get ready with tether.
When can he
When I get ready with tether.
Mr. Yancey will have to make that recommendation. Mr. Yancey, where are you? How long has he been on the tether?
Your Honor, I know he has been on the tether at least since September 12th, and I believe you had him on it before then. So, it sounds like he's been on at least 60 days. So he might be ready. Since when?
The last week of July.
July. Wow.
Yeah, but that was before. I think some of it was before me. And so
Yes.
this is what I'll do. Mr. Anderson, do you believe that you're ready to come off of the tether?
Yes.
All right. Do I have your word that you will go and test a minimum of 2 times per week random?
Yes.
Do I have your commitment that you will call every day? Because I may throw in an extra test here or there, that you will call to check to see if you have to drop every single day.
Yes.
All right. Then if I have your commitment to do that and there's no objection from the team to removal of the alcohol tether, then I'm going to have it removed. Okay?
Yes.
Let's try it. Now, you know we're getting ready to go into the holidays. I need you to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. All right, Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury.
I suppose.
On you, right?
Yes, you can.
All right, awesome. Mr. Yancey, make the arrangements for it to be removed. And then what phase is Mr. Anderson in?
Your Honor, I will do that, and he's still in the first phase, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And so what I would like to do is Mr. Anderson is going to see you for a face-to-face on November 6th, 2023 at 1:30 p.m. And then Mr. Anderson will see me on, let's see, is November 13th a good day? I don't have the right calendar today. It is.
No.
What's on the 13th of November, Miss Matt? I don't have
I have it marked off for you.
for light.
That's a possibility, yes.
Okay. All right. And so I'm going to go ahead and put Mr. Anderson on, but I'm going to put him on for 10 o'clock a.m. Okay. On November 13th, 2023, I'll put you on for 10 o'clock a.m. Okay. You get that, Mr. Anderson?
Yes, but I won't remember it. I need it wrote down.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I'll write it
sir.
down for you.
Miss Matt got you. Okay. All right. And then wait to get, you're very welcome. Wait to get instructions from Mr. Yancey for the removal of that alcohol tether today. Okay. So give Ms. Yancey a second to coordinate this. Okay.
Miss Anderson, I'll come down there in about 10 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you. You can have a seat. All right.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Remember, you look marvelous.
Are you Kathy Burnett Williams?
Yes.
19G01065OM, people of the city of Flint versus Kathy Burnett Williams, and turning theater off.
Thank you. Ms. Williams met with Mr. Bove earlier this morning. Mr. Bove went over the 1-count misdemeanor complaint and the maximum possible penalties as well as her rights. We'd ask the court to waive reading of each, enter a not guilty plea in her behalf, schedule a matter for a pretrial conference. She's retired from General Motors and the Marine Corps. We would ask that she be appointed an attorney when the court's ready to discuss issue bond.
All right, thank you. Ms. Williams, did your attorney, or your attorney just stated that they did go over your charge, maximum possible penalty for your charge, and all of your rights with you. Do you need me to read any of that to you again?
No, ma'am.
You know and you understand all of those things?
Yes, ma'am.
I waive the reading of the charge, maximum possible penalty for that charge, as well as Ms. Williams' rights, as both she and her attorney have indicated she knows and she understands those things and does not need me to read them to her again today. will enter not guilty plea on her behalf and set this matter for a pretrial hearing, and I will appoint court-appointed counsel. And Attorney Fedorov in regards to bond.
As I mentioned, she's retired from General Motors and is a Marine Corps veteran. She's not on probation or parole, does have a driver's license. Currently, she lives at a hotel. She's been in jail 3 days. I know that this is a 2019 case. I just asked the court to send appropriate bond.
Does she still have any contact with the alleged victim?
I don't know. Do you have any contact with this victim?
Here we go.
Ms. Williams?
No, sir, I don't even recall the incident that occurred. I was.
Don't say any, Miss Williams, don't say anything else. Don't say anything else. All right. And so.
Okay, I read that as I still do have contact with the victim, but I want to claim that I don't remember the incident so that if I violate, I can say I didn't know. So stupid. You've now just said on the record you don't recall the incident. Now the state can, it's just open season on you. The state can say anything. And then if you dispute it later, say, do you remember saying you don't remember the incident at all at your arraignment? Ugh.
I will issue a $5,000 personal recognizance bond on this case. Ms. Williams, while you're on bond with this court, you're not to use any alcohol, any recreational marijuana, or any illegal controlled substances. You are not to possess or purchase any firearms or any other dangerous weapons or ammunition. And you are to have no contact with the alleged victim in this case, but it sounds like you don't have any contact with that person, so that shouldn't be an issue. There is a pretrial set for November 6, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. and that will be with Judge Crawford. Anything else, Attorney Fedorov?
Nothing, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Williams, you're all done. You can go.
What does that mean?
It means you have a court date on November 6th at 8:30 a.m. with Judge Crawford, and you better make sure you go to that court date.
Okay, am I going to get out today?
You will put a personal recognizance bond, so you're going to get out of jail.
Okay, thank you. I don't know who I was supposed to.
Miss Williams, there's a reason why attorney tells you not to say anything. Don't say anything else. Just go ahead and go.
Thank you.
Welcome. I believe that's all our jail files.
It is. I'll
Right.
start on the walk-ins.
Very good. Thank you, jail.
Milton Harris?
Yeah, stop talking about your case, please.
And he was aware of at least one of the other drug driving charges, but now you have 3 of them.
I turned myself in, and then a week later, I found out that they brought one back from May 2.
Well, they had to wait for the laboratory results. We looked them up. They were at 3 different locations. And
I submitted I let them take me to the hospital and draw my blood.
yeah, and it had fluoroxafine or whatever the ingredient is in duster spray. And so it takes a while for that to come back. And Deborah Davis has joined us from the prosecutor's office, which I greatly appreciate. You have to also see Judge Pattison in some of those other cases. Deborah, this case was a recommendation for no upfront jail time, but I don't really want to do a probation on this charge. She completed a probation previously. She didn't pay the fines. And now she has fines unpaid in 2 other cases. And she has 3 drug driving charges pending. What I don't know, which is why I'm glad you're here, is how she'd been doing in her abuse neglect cases, whether she'd been testing. I know she had gone to Gilmore. And then when I came in about 10 after 7 this morning, and she wasn't on the jail roster. Then a little later, I learned that she was on it, that she had turned herself in.
I left work and came to take care of it all. I didn't mean to miss court last week. The ride I had didn't show up, and I called, and I have a job. I'm working at Viking, and I love it. It's gotten a vehicle now, so I can rely on myself to get to my testing. I don't need nobody else. Going into my own home, like I'm trying
All right. Deborah, do you have any input on this case?
Well, it's a bit complicated. Lori Hines just sent me a text saying that she heard that Ms. Jones had been turned herself in or picked up, whatever. She was supposed to be here last Wednesday for her jury trial, which was going to be a plea to kind of a global offer in all of those OUID cases. But I don't know how she's doing in her abuse neglect case. I just sent a message to Chief Assistant Robert to see if he's got any input, but last I knew from Ms. Hines, she wasn't keeping in great contact with Ms. Hines. I don't know what she's been doing, and that's kind of the unknown that we have is she wasn't preparing for her trial. I don't know what she's been up to. And actually, I just got a note from Mr. Robert. He filed a termination petition in August, and the trial is coming up soon. So she's not doing well in her abuse neglect case.
Mr. Bush, what would you like? And in your credit, you got like 1 second notice that she'd been turned
I
herself
think
in.
Attorney Knapsinger represents her in the abuse and neglect case.
Yes, he does.
Last I knew, she was going to the day report center 3 times a week, and they'd all been negative since she returned from Gilmore. I mean, those are the notes that I have from my client back in early September.
Well, the day reporting center has problems testing for huffing ingredients. It's very difficult to detect. You can't do it with a PBT or the normal urine tests. So I don't know what she's been doing. So Sarah, what have you been doing?
I've gotten a job, I'm working, that's 3 requirements I need is the job, house and car, and I've finally landed them all, and I have had to rely on rides, and it doesn't help me none. I haven't been doing Duster. I understand that was a problem, but I'm trying, and now it's all just.
It is. Well, this is your second methamphetamine case, and on May 5th, the car was full of Duster cans. You got arrested on Big Hill Road.
I was never arrested.
And that's part of the problem. Is this, you were on a tear in May. This was May 5th. A possession of a small amount of methamphetamine and a car full of Duster spray. You got arrested or ticketed on May 11th. The very next day on May 12th, you got ticketed again for OUID. And then you were quite